Thank you, delegates. We lost this last one because we were the fifth party. Quite unusual party, in that we were definitely in favor of just having a ball. And, of course, we got a number of letters from various groups.
Well, it's nice to be here in San Jose. I wanted to thank you. I almost said one time, I'm from Ohio, and I know you San Jose people hear this a lot. I said San Jose. You get this about every hour. Some clown comes out of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. Say, is this San Jose? And you just want to, grab him by the ears. But I've learned a little Spanish since then, and I come on pretty strong. Instead of saying La Jolla, and people cringe, you say La Jolla. And I don't get down there very often. Of course, I usually run out of money by the time I get a little bit south of here. But I worked out here several years ago, long before I got in show business. I don't know what I was trying to get into. But what I got into, don't twist it around, friend. I won't put words in my mouth or I'm going to be in trouble. I got into an orchard. And I was down here in Greenville, California. I don't know how many of you folks know Greenville. It's fun on a warm Sunday afternoon just to go through. Don't stop. Go on. Keep on going. And I went in there. They had a big sign up there, cot pickers. And, lights came up. I thought maybe we had electrical failure. You never know. That's the reason I'm in black, ready to go at all times. So, if that thing goes out, I go, man, We all go. But keep the sun shining a little while, Dad, Oh, I guess it's a moon. I'm sorry tonight. You never know. Things are just happening so fast. But I went into this orchard, and myself and another buddy who was straight, and I want to get that clear, somebody think traveling with a fella, Oh, yeah. This guy had been in the war, and the whole thing got in the right way, So we asked this guy, I said, we're Ohio farmers, and the guy sort of went, oh, gee. And we thought it was kind of funny, too, But the guy said, well, did you ever pick any fruit? And I said, well, we picked up a guy down here about an hour ago. And the guy said, well, that's all right. He didn't know, really. And we didn't either until we got through the town. But at any rate, I'll never forget these migrants came in and hit that thing like a blight, like it was going out of just picking like that. And here we are, looking them over, dropping them in. Spent all day long picking those things and made $2.50 between the two of us. Bad shake. But it got us enough to get over the valley, and finally into Wyoming, and a long story which I don't want to bug you with. I went to see Swiss Family Robinson last night. Went through a couple of boxes of popcorn. But it's a beautiful picture. See them coming in on a little raft, knocking the whole family over in the water. And they got pigs and ducks, and they all go up in this tree and build a little fun house, and it's a crazy scene. I never knew they had tigers in the Tobago Islands where the thing was shot. But, when you see the credits, it disturbs you sometimes. It's like seeing tigers, and the scene is shot in Grand Canyon. This kind of worries you a little bit, Did I see a tiger there? I know we're all familiar with Westerns, and this is where the West really, started, ended. Had the gold rush here and up in Alaska, and a lot of history all through this territory. My family made it as far as the Ohio River and just quit. And chickened out. A bear attacked one of my ancestors, and and that stopped. That would stop you. Let's face it. Made us turn back for some more grits and some more mini balls and things like that. And that's what my grandfather told me. They just quit there. Didn't get as far as St. Louis as this bear attacked the wagon, and everybody went, "Let's quit, let's quit." And So they went back in. Every time I see a bear, I quit, you know. I saw Smokey the Bear one time light a forest fire. That was the wildest thing ever.
Yeah, I'm Smokey the Bear. Now,
Whole thing went up, you know. Didn't have a scout hat on either, man. He was in the nude. You always, you know, they clean it up for the kids on television, put them in suits. Boy, I'm telling you, if you see one of them in suits in the Yellowstone, look out. I think most of us from time to time enjoy a good horror picture. When I was a little boy, I still go to movies. I love them. I think I love them more today because there are no commercials in them. You can sit there with 2 boxes of popcorn, a Clark bar, some toys, a box of clothes, ice cream, a bottle of pop, and have a whole day. It's a ball. And not have,
hello there. Would you like to buy this? Wonderful. Try it today. Try it tomorrow. Try it wherever you go. It's bad for you, but try it anyway.
That's the great relief I find in a movie. Oh, you may see a couple of sailors kissing, you know, but... well, when I say that, I mean sailor and his date. Oh, misunderstood. If we see 2 men together, our Navy's in trouble. I went to a lot of horror pictures, and I really love them. This is a sort of a little report on a horror picture, different kind. And a telephone rings, and this mad doctor goes to the telephone, and he says, "Yes, this is Dr. Faversham. What can I do for you?" "Oh, yes, we have any number of monsters." "You want one how?" "Good Lord, man, 18 feet high. I'll go to work immediately." "Yes, and when I've completed the job, I'll get back to you right away. It may take 6-7 months, but you can count on me." "Thank you. By the way, how did you get my address?" "Through Dr. Oh, wonderful man in his own field. Yes, I'll go to work on it right away. Thank you so much for calling." "Oh, Igor, we have an 18-foot monster to make. Isn't that wonderful?" Try to get over that. Don't do it. Very bad habit. Bring out the Visivox machine. I'll shoot a few more electrodes into him. Oh, goody, I love to do that. Igor, I've asked you not to fiddle around with his toes. Don't do that. Keep your hands off of him. Now that he's finished, what shall we call him? Melvin. That's a good Americana name. Get up, Melvin. Don't touch him. Stay away from him. Do you know what these are, Melvin? These are sweat socks. I want you to put these on. Wonderful, wonderful. These are sneakers. Here, let me help you. Don't disturb him. Here's a set of trunks and a shirt with number 74 on it. This is a ball. I want you to bounce the ball. Try to dribble it a little bit. Excellent, excellent. Don't touch him. A little faster. Try it once more. Oh, goody, goody.
Hello, give me long distance. Hello, Dr. Faversham. Is this the University of California? Give me the athletic department. Is this Coach Boehner? Yes, this is the doctor. Your basketball center is ready.
Little philosophy from Galen Drake.
Remember him? And now, a word for today. Walk up the great hill and walk down it. And you can say, you've walked. I don't know. And then the guy always tags it by saying, I like that. And here's this poor little housewife with a Pillsbury cake saying, ah, the hell with it. I love to go to movies, and this one thing keeps me out of trouble. This is a little jungle picture. There'll be a lot of people here, I hope, my age, and some that won't remember, but the Richard Arlen, the Johnny Downs, Richard Dix, these were always people that were in the B pictures, and we still see a lot of B pictures today. Only thing is, Richard Dix isn't in them anymore, or Johnny Downs. But I always used to get tied up with those type of shows. They were a little cheaper. They were 15 cents, and you had to pay a quarter downtown area, so I walked over, reached up and put my little dime and said, can I come in? And the woman pinched my face until the vessels broke and said, go on in, you little devil. Ow! So this is a jungle picture with a great message. You know, they're two naval flyers and they're lost somewhere over. We call this picture the Lost Island. And they're flying along in a U.S. Navy plane. One's, you know, JG, the other fellow's a commander. And they're saying something like this. You've seen these type of pictures, you know.
Fred, we're running out of gas. We don't stand a chance.
I don't know. I think we can make it. Oh, we can make it. I think we can make it, really.
No, we don't stand a chance. Look, the gas. We're shot.
You're right, we don't. Now what we've got to do is find a place where there's a clearing here in all this horrible jungle with snakes and insects and horrible savages and things of that nature.
I'll take over the controls, clown. All right. Take it easy, buddy. We're going right into those palm trees. They leap out of the thing before, you know, they're swept up in flames. One guy's landing in, you know, his head's like this, and the goggles are down, hanging around his neck, and the scarf is falling out on the ground, and they get out, and suddenly natives creep out of the bushes, and you hear the...
Who are these people? You there. Are you the king?
Yes, my son.
And this is usually a guy who was played by H.B. Warner, you know, or somebody. Some old guy, you know, he's over the hill, but got a fright wig on, you know, and bones around his neck and wearing a GI belt.
Welcome, my son, to the island of Talawi Taniatanau. We saw your great silver bird fall from the sky. Yeah.
All right, Dad, you can cut the chatter. Listen, can we get some food? We got to get this plane fixed and repaired so we can get back to Sarasota.
Why do you want to leave this beautiful island? This is my daughter, Kalia.
My name Kali.
Both of these guys go right in on her. And then they see this great stone god. And one of the guys says,
What's that?
That is the great green goddess, the goddess of time and life. You see the eye, the all-seeing eye.
Fantastic. Gee, that's an emerald. Boy, if we could get that, we could chuck the Navy. I wouldn't do it. We wouldn't stand a chance of getting that thing out of that thing's skull. We'll try it after dark.
No, there are spiders and insects and snakes. Don't take the eye or you will perish.
You know, all that. Oh, big messages all through this thing. Well, without going into a long thing, they jerk the eye out of the thing. There's all kinds of snakes, you know. Thing. You know, leopards, all kinds of wild stuff. So they get down, they got the eye, and the old man comes on the scene. He's been, you know, lying on an army cot or something.
What are you doing, my sons? You have taken the great eye. Now you must pay for it. You will be thrown as human sacrifices over the cliff of the Fungawaia Tanana.
What's that mean?
Means you're going to die.
You can't touch us. I happen to be a commander in the United States Navy.
T.S.
Means tough situation.
As far as new frontiers, I can't tell you too much. I can tell you Jackie's fine, and we're all fine right here.
You know, I was thinking, I don't know why Kennedy came to mind, but it's almost a Walter Brennan, if you think about it. You know,
Walter Brennan talks like this, Dan, down in the valley.
and if you sort of change it a little to
Kennedy and frontiers, and going ahead as far as the campaign goes.
you know, it's pretty close. Tell you a funny twist, Walter Brennan is a Republican. This is what throws it. I used to go pretty fast, you know, and throw lines out like this, but I find occasionally you have to slow down. Of course, there's the thing about going too slow. You know, when you start talking like this, I sometimes think that's how the South lost the war, you know, speaking maybe too slow. Hey, Charlie, I believe that. Hell, we got to surrender. But I didn't mean to offend any Southerners, believe me.
Right after a big game, like today's, I reach for these cigarettes. I enjoy them. They're good for you. I smoke as many as 40, 60, 100 a day. But then I don't have to run. I'm on the line. I take 4 or 5 showers and smoke them in the showers. I like them. You try them too.
Some of those guys are kind of funny to watch, you know. Wild scene to catch them in the showers, you know. Oh, hi there. Boy, it'd be even wilder if they just stepped out, you know, as they are, instead of a silly towel. But, at any rate, a little something I have to look in this book every once in a while to see what I have a wild picture in here. Oh, I have to get my kicks, you know, it's a little too much. I don't know where I am. Oh, you're thinking, oh, there isn't. See, it's just writing. Somebody out there.
Has he got a dirty picture in his book?
Remember the guys during the war?
Want to see this?
Ah, guys. There's little things on tissue paper, all kinds of crazy drawings. But I never carried on them, geez. They were hard to get, but I'll never forget one time I was in Paris. I'm not trying to impress you. I was going over there for a reason. My wife and I just had made a little jack, so we decided to escape somewhere, and I said, well, let's go to Europe, She got an education, and I did, and I always say I flunked clay class. And, oh, yeah, couldn't make a bunny. Terrible. That's pretty sad, when they give you a little clay.
Here, make a bunny, Johnny.
Made a ball, but it couldn't make a bunny. Anybody can make a ball of clay, just sad. But I remember I was over in front of the, Notre Dame, a cathedral there, and a clown ran up to me, had about 6 or 17 of those little pictures, and I said, want to see some pictures? And I said, man, easy, buddy, I got my wife here with me, wait till she gets inside, and then I'll look. So I slipped him some ridiculous thing. Boy, it must have been $10, And so I got all the way back to the hotel. Gee, they were just like they were burning on me. And my wife said, what's the matter with you? And I said, well, I got some pictures. I want to get rid of them and give them to a buddy. And so I said, here they are. And what they were statues of the museum there. Clown had given me the shaft. And, of course, I got the shaft in a number of towns. But I just want to warn you, if you ever do get over there, why, just be careful. Because all they are is just those statues, It means nothing, unless you dig statues. I find them awfully cold. But I crawled up in the arms of a big one day, and the guy took a picture of me.
That was the first time I went away, but...
I wanted to take this time to just do a wild thing and let you out there think up something. Not too wild or too far out. Somebody said the other day to me,
What of your stuff, Mr. Winters, is too far out?
and I said, well, sometimes I feel it's too far in. How far out can you go? I talk, pretty much in high school dialogue. And I don't figure you can go out too far. The astronauts are trying, and they're still, got their popular mechanics in front of them.
What are those terms?
Boy, like I said, I would give anything, really, to go to the moon. I thought I was there one time. But I think about Mars and Venus. I did a wild thing. I got to tell you about this, and then let you think up a bit, and I'll do it in front of you. I have a little office at home, a den, I think is a kinder word. And in it, there are stuffed owls and coins and books and soldiers and pictures of, and just pictures, a lot of things. But I have a big map of the moon. And I went downtown one day to a stationery store, and I bought a little box of these multicolored head pins that, you see in AAA maps. And I stuck them all over this moon map. So I brought one of my squarer friends in, wonderful guy, but a little square. Gosh knows I'm square too, but this guy is a little disturbed in his own right, and that's why I love him, So he came up and he said,
John, do you really believe this stuff about outer space and everything? Oh, you kid so much out here, so kooky. And I said, stand still.
You're in trouble, buddy. You're jumping up and down. Relax.
Well, what is this map of the moon with all these pins in it?
Don't ask me. Washington's been here, the FBI. I can't tell you that. It's top secret. A Well, that clown all but jumped out of the window. Down the stairs, out in the street, was on his Schwinn and rode away, you know. But it is kind of a wild scene to see all the little pins. People sort of go, But if you have a little bit that you want to throw up to me, I'll think it up here as best I can. Keep in mind that I haven't planted anybody out there, any magician, you know, that kind of stuff. There might not be any message at all, or certainly any payoff, but it'll be live. This is, back east we have what we call the Ivy Leaguer. I'm sure you see him. I wear Ivy League suits. I also have some Robert Hall pants. I have a Saks overcoat, Abercrombie and Fitch tie, and so I try to, split it up a little bit for everybody. But this Ivy Leaguer, I don't know exactly where he comes from. He's a strange breed. Whether he was born, light failed. It's all over, friends. The sun went out. Not too far from Grace Cathedral, am I? Well, I'll cut across and say a few before I go. Boy, those Episcopalians need help, and I'm one of them. You know what that is, an Episcopalian? That's a Catholic that flunked his Latin. But it's a minority group. Don't knock it too hard, you know. At any rate, where was I? Oh, the ad guy. This is my interpretation of an ad man. Well, I don't know about this Nestle account. I just can't seem to get through to those guys at all. God knows we've got about $250,000 tied up in this thing. And I'm not kidding, Dink. I'm just out of my skull as to what to do. I don't know, I can't take it anymore. I mean, this thing of commuting is too much. And I've had to take the train, and now it's drive a little sports car, and my nerves are just so frayed that I can't take it. I'm home once a week, and the kids bug me to death. I see them for about 16 minutes, and I just go out of my mind. But I did a fun thing this last winter. Mogo and I, which is my wife, a great gal, I mean, a fantastic gal. This is a gal that had a governor's, and then went to Sarah Lawrence for about an hour, over to Finch, tied up with Foxcroft for a while, lived at a Yale dorm for about 2 years. I mean, let's face it, this gal's been around. But she's still class. This is no, bimbo. So, at any rate, I was just all tied up inside as to what to give her for Christmas. So I bought her a $75,000 boat, and she turned right around and gave me the same thing. His and hers. And what we did was race down to Nassau, around the island, came back up, and the trophy was, loser gets the children for the holidays. Submarine?
Stand by. Torpedo tubes.
I think we're going to have to submerge, Commander.
Why?
Why? Because we're being attacked, clown, that's why.
Oh, jeez. You strike me? Okay, let's go then. Dum, 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 dum.
All right, now we'll just wait. Men, we're in a difficult spot. There are about 2 battle wagons, 3 aircraft carriers, gosh knows how many planes. It's not easy, men, but we've been through these things before, right?
Well, I don't know, buddy. Boy, sitting in these things is too much. They're just gonna pound the living out of us. How about it, Jake?
I don't know. I've been through a couple of these things, G. It's hard to tell.
I sure like to get out of here, man, if I could.
Don't be afraid, man. We'll get through this. I'm not kidding. We'll get through it. Right, Chief?
You bet, buddy, we're gonna get through it. I got 35 years in the scrabbing Navy, man, and I ain't gonna die now.
That's the spirit I like, men. You there. We have to fire one torpedo.
Listen. I'm not going to get in that tube.
That's an order.
But we were such friends. Commander,
In the tube.
This is ridiculous. A human torpedo. Okay.
Stand by. Firing! Good heavens, he's turning around and coming back.
I'm sorry, gang, but my propeller was spent.
I have one little story I'd like to tell you. It's a description. It isn't really, any joke. It was told to me by a guy down in North Carolina this summer. And the story was, it's this in a nutshell. Two guys are talking one day, and he says, Jesse, you know what a sail cat is?
No, can't say the new.
So, well, you know the Deaver brothers.
Yeah, I know.
You know that big Tom they got? Got a head on him like that. That thing went up on Route 6 the other day. Semi come along, killed him. Killed him dead. Cold him, man. He's gone. All them semis and machines commenced to run over him. Motorcycles, Harleys, Indians, everything. About 2-3 weeks passed. And I think it was Carl Bob walked out there. Now that cat's down to about that size. So he'd been sitting out there in that sun, cooking him. And all them machines, like I say, and motorcycles running over, and he gets about that thick. And he grabs a hold of the tail, and he goes, says, watch this. Sails him right over cornfield. Brother, that's a sail cat.
Well, I'm all alone again, boys and girls.
I won't keep you too long because I know a lot of you are under pressure. It's a funny thing, you keep folks sitting too long, they get bugged, You hear things like, why doesn't he get into it? Come on, Martha, I've got to go. Poor clown runs out here in a parking lot, Where am I? I don't know where, Policeman, what are you doing? Nothing, just standing, jumping. What a terrible position to be in, Shoot a guy. Talking to a guy the other day, he said, have you ever died, Jonathan? In front of an audience, I said, many times, but death comes easy. When I think back, when I was a kid at school, I referred to it, I think, earlier, about, flunking clay class, and I kid about that. But I did. I flunked mathematics all the way through school. And that scene where you're a dummy, and I was surrounded by brilliant kids who wanted to skip 7 grades, and said,
Oh, we have to sit here for this?
And then they say, John Winters, go to the board, problem number 6. Oh, my God, I didn't know the first one, let alone 6,
And you go up there, a racer, and the chalk breaks, and then they go,
There's the dummy again.
boy. And one guy bugged me one day. He said,
Boy, how dumb can you be?
and I said, boy, I'm going to cold cock you when I get out there. Recess time, I wrapped a Schwinn around him twice.